If you're in high ticket sales or thinking about getting into it, the niche you choose can literally double or half your income. So in this video, I'm going to rank the top high ticket sales niches by how difficult they are to sell and explain exactly why. Now, this is just my opinion, so disclaimer, my opinion is not the be all and end all. It's my opinion from my experience. So take it with a pinch of salt. Before we get into it, if you're new here, hi, my name is Shelly, and to date, I've personally sold $5 million in high ticket sales and scaled my income from 0 to 38K per month in high ticket sales in just over a year. I now teach women how to do the same with my community, the Female Sales Accelerator. Let's get into it. Hello. Don't worry, I'm only interrupting this video quickly as I have an exciting announcement. On January 18th, 11 a.m. EST, I will be hosting a free live training about how women are quietly making six figures in remote sales, leaving their 9-to-5 the feminine way in 2026 with zero sales experience. We're going to be dropping all the juicy secrets of the industry. I'm going to leave the link down below. Hurry to secure your seat before they all go, as we only have a limited number. And yeah, I'm so excited to see you there. There'll also be a live Q&A where you can ask me anything at all remote high ticket sales related. So yeah, I'll see you on Sunday. So I've sold across multiple high ticket sales offers across different industries. And what most people don't realize is it's not just about being a good salesperson. It's about choosing an offer where the psychology of the buyer is working with you, not against you, especially as a woman. I see some women come to me who say they really want to sell like a masculine B2B corporate roles. And although they absolutely can and they can absolutely be successful, they often struggle because it is going against our natural strength, which is being emotionally intuitive. So I do think it is important to find a role that feels aligned with you so you enjoy what you're selling and you enjoy your job day to day. So I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common high ticket sales niches to sell and rate them by difficulty from easiest to hardest and explain exactly what makes each one of them work or not. First things first, we have property coaching. Now, I would rate this a 6 out of 10 for difficulty. So 1 being super easy, 10 being super hard. Property is very well known, very established, and very attractive worldwide. People trust it, people want it, and people believe it works. So psychologically, it's quite easy to sell. The challenge is not the belief. The challenge is the investment. A lot of people who want to get into property are actually lower to middle income. They love the idea of property, but they don't yet have the capital. Now, of course, there are big, very wealthy property investors. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about people who want to get into low-level property like Airbnb, for example, because Airbnb is marketed as a very easy way to get into property with low capital. So it attracts that type of person. This niche, you want to become very strong at pre-qualifying and financial discovery, handling money conversations as well early on. So this niche forces you to become very strong at pre-qualifying, financial discovery, and handling money conversations early. If you don't, you'll lose a lot of deals to the money objection at the end. I know this because I sold this offer for over a year, and at first it was such a struggle and it felt like such a battle at the end of each call trying to deal with all these objections. But when I just got super confident with having straight up money conversations, it became effortless. Okay, next up, we have fitness coaching. In my opinion, this is one of the hardest. I would rate this an 8 out of 10 for difficulty. Not because people don't want it, they absolutely do, but because there is no financial return on investment. You're selling identity change. You're selling belief change. You're selling self-worth and self-image. You're often helping someone undo years of limiting beliefs in a single 45-minute conversation. That's emotionally heavy work. Yes, the market is huge. Yes, the demand is endless. But emotionally driven sales require very high level emotional intelligence and a lot of emotional energy from the salesperson. I've often seen a trend when people get into fitness sales, they typically don't sell any other industry. They go in, they sell fitness sales, and then they leave high ticket sales once they're done with the high ticket sales space. Now, fitness sales is great. It's challenging at the same time, but it's not very transferable, let's just say. Like when I sold the property BizOp, I was able to take the BizOp knowledge into tech, even though I was selling two different industries with two different processes. It was a transferable skill. Fitness coaching doesn't tend to be a transferable skill. So keep that in mind when you look to get into it. A lot of people gravitate towards it because they love fitness and they want to sell what they love. But you don't always need to sell what you love. You can sell what you align with instead. Up next, number 3, tech coaching. In my opinion, one of the easiest high-ticket niches to sell. I'd rate this around a 2 out of 10 for difficulty. Why? Because the tech industry is booming. It feels stable and future-proof, and people see it as a direct path to a higher income. You're not convincing someone that tech is valuable. They already believe it. You're simply positioning this offer as a bridge, and that makes this niche psychologically very easy to sell. I've made some of my best commissions selling on a tech offer, so maybe I'm biased. You do need high emotional intelligence for an offer like this. And people tend to think you need to go into this offer with a very logical conversation, but actually it's finding a very fine art of mixing logical and emotional to help the prospect take their steps into their new career. So it depends. Everyone's personality is different. For me, this suited me down to a T. Number 4, we have relationship coaching. I would rate this a 6 out of 10 for difficulty. This is interesting because people desperately want to find love, connection, and healthy relationships. So motivation is high. But you're asking people to confront themselves. You're asking people to look at their patterns, their behaviors, their emotional blind spots. And not everyone is emotionally mature enough to do that. So while demand is strong, these calls can be confronting, emotional, and complex. And they require a very refined emotional skill set to navigate well. I've known a few girls who have done very, very well in the dating space, specifically for high net worth individuals. Because at the end of the day, if someone's coming to you for help with their dating life, you are the last solution. They pretty much know they have tried everything else and it hasn't worked for them. So on the other hand, it's great because they're ready to make a change. They need support. But still, balancing that conversation of logical and emotional is hard. And without trying to attract that partner, because that prospect is in a very low spot, if you will. They feel emotionally vulnerable. So you also want to be able to master how to be professional and navigate a sales conversation without coming across like you are hitting on the person, which is very common. And the girls I would speak to would get a lot of prospects trying to flirt with them. So it's whether you can balance that well or not. And finally, number 5, AI business or AI skills coaching. I'd rate this around a 4 out of 10. AI is trendy. AI is hot. AI feels like the future. People want to get ahead of the wave, and they know it's complex enough that they probably need help and guidance. So there's a high perceived value, strong urgency, and strong willingness to invest. That combination makes this one of the most attractive offers and easier niches to sell right now. It's important to know when you're picking niches, you want to sell opportunities that are in demand. For example, we haven't touched on finance or trading. Trading offers aren't hot all year round. They're hot certain seasons when certain, I don't know, I'm not really into trading, but certain elements, I think it's called like the bull run, are big. And that's when trade niches go crazy and then they die down. It's the same with other offers. Right now, AI is crazy. It is where people want to be. Will it be like that forever? Probably not. So it's whether you want to jump on a trend and make quick money, or whether you want to find a long-term offer that will always be stable and you want to make consistent money over time. Both are good. There's pros and cons to both. That would just be my 2 cents. So my takeaway is the easiest niches to sell are the ones where the beliefs already exist, the ROI is clear, and the market feels safe and future orientated. The hardest ones are where you're selling emotional change, identity change, or deep internal transformation. They aren't bad, they just require a very different type of skill set, one that's not always transferable. So if you're in high ticket sales or looking to get into this space and you're a woman who wants to learn how to sell in your feminine energy, it's going to be a link down below. You can book a call and we can discuss how. See you in the next one. Bye guys.